Welcome back to another video. Hope you are having a great day. And today to take a look at the newest Wi-Fi surveillance camera from Imilab. This is the EC3 Lite, which is a camera that on the outdoor range from Imilab, it's the one that has the lowest price and might be the best option if you are looking for something to add to your smart home on a budget with a lot of features. Some of those features include using the app on our mobile phone or the app on our macOS computer or Windows computer. And if you are using a Windows computer and still haven't activated, don't forget to check out KeysFan, where you can find budget official OEM keys at an affordable price. And with the coupon code that you can see on screen and down below on the video description, it will get a bit cheaper. So just in case you want to check that out, the link will be down below. Now, that being said, let's take a closer look at the EC3 Lite. Inside the package, we will find the power adapter, some screws for wall mounting, a user guide, and also the camera. Now, the camera is simple with two non-detachable antennas, which are small, but will help to have a good signal coverage. In fact, one of the strongest points on the Imilab product is exactly the Wi-Fi coverage. If you recall, we have a smart video doorbell, which I will show in just a few moments, and it is by far the one with the strongest signal that we have tested until today and the one that I keep on using. I will show you as well in just a few moments that I'm connected to a network which is not here on the office but near the swimming pool. It has a micro SD slot for memory cards up to 512 gigs, and in terms of the installation, it's simple. As usual, I put it on my pergola. It's just wood and some screws, but we can put it on any wall or something like that. And I just need a place to take some tests, in this particular case my backyard. So we just need to make sure that we have Wi-Fi signal, and also we have electrical grid socket so that we can connect to that. And basically that is it. Once we turn it on, we just need to connect with our phone app, and in a matter of minutes we have the camera and the system working. Now, video quality is always one of my concerns, and what I can say surprisingly, which is on the past couple of years we have seen a increased quality in these kind of cameras. In this particular case, we are talking about 2K. So I did a lot of tests on this past week, and usually I only watch on my phone, and then when I'm about to do the video, I will put some images right over here like I'm doing right now, and you will see it on full screen. Now, always have in mind that my screen is 4K resolution because I'm recording in 4K, but the footage that we are extracting from the camera is 2K in this case, so it will be a bit stretched, but we will have an idea of what we can see if we use it on a big display like on our computer. Now, I did some tests during day in different lighting situations, and I also did test it out during the night, whether using infrared or also with the LED lights that it has, and it seems to me that the quality is top notch. Now, it is waterproof, IP66, and usually I do need to do some artificial tests, but they were not necessary in this particular case because it has been raining for the past few days, so we could throw some real rain at it, and there's nothing like a good few nights and days of rain to test out these devices. And what I can say is that it did pass and it's still working, it's all okay, so we can trust Imilab as we have been doing for the past devices. Now, it also has audio in both ways, and it has an alarm which is optional. We can activate it or deactivate it. We have the option to use the mobile app or the computer app, which is, as I said, available for computers with Windows or computers with macOS. In my particular case, macOS, so you will be seeing right over there on screen two cameras simultaneously. One is the smart video doorbell and the other one is the EC3 Lite that we are testing. And one of the advantages of using a computer is that we can have 2, 4, 8, 16 cameras available to check out, and we can have different scenarios. So if you have more than one house or more than one location, you can do that on the computer easier than on the app. Now, looking at the app, which is right over here, and I'm recording on the camera instead of the phone, because if I'm recording on the phone, I cannot do this, which is to see the image that we have. And for me, this is the most important test that I do, not here on the office, because these conditions are ideal in terms of lighting, but on the real tests during the night, during the day. If I have good image quality right over here on my phone, it will pass my tests. And as you can see right over there, it is a great image quality, so no issues whatsoever right over here. 2K, we can shut it off, we can turn on the audio, and we can just put it on full screen. Then we have the alarm option that you have seen. We also have the option to take pictures manually and to record manually, and to go to the cloud options. Now, by default, we will have 3 months available for free to test out the service, and then if we want to keep the service, we will have several plans we can select and pay for, which the prices are not that huge, but you can check that on the Imilab website. And at this moment, I'm using the SD card and also the cloud storage. Now, right over here on the main part of the screen, we have the button to talk. So if I press this, I will have available a phone call, so that someone is right over here, can talk to me, and I can talk to that side of the screen. One of the things that I use on a daily basis, not with the EC3 Lite, but works the same way, is with the smart doorbell, which is the one that I'm using for past 1 year or something like that. And if someone rings and I'm not there, like a delivery package, I just need to answer and then arrange the pickup of the package, and basically that is it, which is something really awesome. Now, on the app, we also have right over here the live option, which is what's happening at this moment, and the events. Now, as we can see on the events, it will show us a series of things, and on these right over here on the office, but for the rest of the days, it was on the outside, on the backyard. At this moment, I only have person detection, so it's only when a person gets detected. Sometimes there is a mistake on the algorithm, but I've seen that what it happens is that sometimes I do have clothes drying here on the balcony, and if one of those clothes move, it will detect a persons, like a shirt or something like that, so the algorithm will get a bit confused. But those were only the few things that I saw that did not work 100%. Objects and something like that did not trigger, persons only. Now, if we go right over here, we can see on a timeline. So if I check right over here, I can go back and see exactly where we did trigger the movements and the alarms and so on and so forth. And what we can do as well is go by day. As we can see, we are testing out for a few days. There we go, a person detecting, which was me. I can go to previous days, and then I can select either the timeline, which if I know what time I'm looking for a certain thing, probably this is the easiest way. I can also filter by motion detection, human detection, border crossing, or activity zone connection, which we'll see in just a few moments. And right over here we have what we did record right over here and what was getting. Now, these might be easier to read because we have the events, and it will show one if it's only movement, or if it's a person, it will show two of these stamps. But we do have right over here on this example where it shows movement and person detected. So these are the ways that we can then browse around the footage that we get right over here. Now, we are searching on the cloud, but we can also search on the SD card, which is more or less the same. Now, if we go right over here on the home monitoring, we have the events that we can enable or disable. Motion detection at this moment is disabled. It's closed, but it's disabled, because if we enable, if it detects like a raindrop or something like that, it will trigger. So it's really sensitive. We do have the person detection open, that we can select these options right over here. And we also have the activity zone detection, where we can select, for example, in this case, I just want to detect people on that area right over there, which is critical, or this area right over here. And basically it will give us that option. If someone is right over here, it will not trigger the notification or the alarm. Then we also have the border cross section, which is more or less the same, but if we select, it will give us a border cross that we can select, and if someone is right over here, it will trigger the notification. If it's right over here, it will not trigger the notification. And these options might be useful for those large areas where we want to shorten the place that we want to focus. Now, there's also alert sensitivity. At this moment is on low, but we also have the eye setting. I do believe that low is enough. It is smart enough to detect on this setting right over here, and then the push notifications interval, which is set to 5 minutes at this moment. Now, storage setting, we will have the information about the SD card. Recording mode, which is one of the things that sometimes I get asked, is it available to record 24/7? And yes, we can put it right over here. Always record and keep all recordings stored on the memory card. What happens is that it will record once the SD card is full, start to record on the oldest recording, and it will recording on top of the oldest one, and that will be it. So if we have a 512 gig storage, we will be able to store more data and have a lot more time than on a 64 gig, for example. So these are the options that we have on storage. We can also format the hard drive. In this particular case, I do have a 32 gigs or 64, I'm not really sure, can't recall, but we only have available 20 gigs at this moment. And besides that, we also have some installation precautions, which is on the manual, some informations of the device, network info, and one of the things that I want to show you is that the Wi-Fi strength is almost 60%, and the Wi-Fi module that we are getting is not here on the office, is on the pool pump area, where is the power line that I use for smart devices that I do have on my backyard and so on and so forth. So this one is connected right over there, but we could have connected to this office right over here and have the camera on that side. So the Wi-Fi range is quite good, not only on the other Imilabs products that we have tested, but on EC3 Lite as well. And basically this is it in terms of the app. We can also share the device like we can with others, and that is it. Hopefully it was useful to compare with other wireless surveillance cameras that you are looking for. Now this one right over here comes to enrich the Imilab range, which in my opinion for an outdoor camera, simple enough with all the features on the app and also on the computer, and we can connect to other smart devices that we already have at a budget price. That being said, hope that the video was helpful, and if it was, don't forget that usual thumbs up right over there, which is really appreciated on this side of the screen. My name is Roberto Jorge, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.